Those on the right keep making the argument that allowing low-skilled immigrants into the country only helps to destroy America. That is a talking point that we hear over and over again. In fact, Secretary John Kelly made that argument, and now we're hearing that argument all over cable news with someone like Tomi Lahren. Now, when I first saw this story, I decided to ignore it, but something amazing came out of it. During a recent segment on Fox, Lahren just regurgitated the same right-wing talking points that we're used to. Take a listen.
You don't just come into this country with low skills, low education, not understanding the language, and come into our country because someone says it makes them feel nice. That's not what this country is based on. We are based on the rule of law, and we believe in bringing the best people into this country to make it even better. We don't believe in importing poverty. Trust me, I live in California. We have enough poverty. We have enough issues. We don't need any more.
So Lahren's not from California. I don't know why Breitbart is based in California. I don't know why she came to California. I don't know why Ann Coulter came to California. They're all in California running around talking crap about California. Get out of California. Go to a red state where you feel comfortable and where you think that everything is all hunky-dory. They love to say negative things about California, but they all live here. It's amazing. But that's beside the point. So she makes the argument that, oh, you know, they're low skilled, they're uneducated, they don't speak the language. Well, a genealogist by the name of Jennifer Mendelson decided to look into Lahren's family history. And she found some pretty interesting tidbits. So let's take a look. She found that Tomi Lahren's great-grandmother had been here for 41 years and still spoke German, wasn't speaking English.
41 years and she wouldn't assimilate? She kept speaking German? I mean, especially Germany, we fought against them back in that time. I mean, I hope they weren't sending in criminals because, I mean, they were our enemy, and then this person comes in here and apparently hates the United States so much that they won't even speak English for 41 years.
Didn't speak English. Unacceptable. Now, her second great-grandmother had been here in the United States for 10 years, spoke no English.
Ugh, won't assimilate. Disgusting.
Ugh, low-skilled, doesn't speak English. What are we gonna, probably really destroyed the country, right? Of course we don't think that way, right? A lot of immigrants come to the country, they might be so-called low-skilled, whatever that means. They might not speak the language, but in case after case, they come to the country and they actually create jobs, they create companies. I mean, I have a family history that's very similar to that. My parents came here not speaking a word of English. Now they not only speak English, but my father was able to save up as much money as he could, buy apartment buildings in very desirable areas of Los Angeles. And by the way, with the housing crisis, refuses to increase the rent to market value because he wants to provide affordable housing to people. That's the kind of father that I have. He was an immigrant who came to this country, didn't speak a word of English. But I want to know, you know, Tomi Lahren was born here in the United States. What are her skills? What are her contributions to the country? I'm very curious about that.
Yeah, look, you know what this is about. This is about racism and bigotry. Because she doesn't think that her ancestors and grandmas and great-grandmas who couldn't speak English are a problem. They're Norwegian and German. They're fine, they're fine. What do you mean? They didn't assimilate, they didn't learn the language. Why are they fine? But the brown people who don't speak the language, ooh, ugh. But your ancestors were poor. John Kelly, same thing, oh, these poor people, the rural people, and then they looked in his family. It turns out his ancestors were also dirt poor when they came, and they seemed to assimilate by his family. Eventually, even though they came in poor, seemed to assimilate fine here. Why? Because the overwhelming majority of the people that came to America came in really poor and not speaking the language. The Italians, the Germans, the Irish came in dirt poor. Obviously, they spoke English, but they came in incredibly poor. The Chinese, the Africans, the Latinos, all of these people. And in fact, look, they make a mockery of our ideals and principles. So the Statue of Liberty has a poem on it, and some of you might be familiar, but apparently the people on Fox News are not. So let me just read you a portion of it. Statue of Liberty says, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, the tempest-tossed. To me, I lift my lamp beside the golden door."
She'd have to know how to read in order to read that. So I'm glad you said it for her.
Why won't Tomi Lahren get an education and assimilate in this country? Why is she so profoundly ignorant and doesn't understand what this country is about? Why won't you assimilate into the principles and the values of this country as exhibited on the Statue of Liberty and in our Constitution?
Well, there was a pity party for Lahren on Fox and Friends.
Oh, good.
And she did respond to the intelligent individual who looked into her family's history. They believe it was very mean for her to do that.
No, but I hope she wasn't triggered.
Yeah.
Was she triggered?
Seems like she was a little triggered. By the
that's
way,
weird.
While you watch this next video, just notice how she's breathing very heavily. So take a look.
The snowflake from Norway.
Well, there is a woman over the weekend who took it upon herself to research my family history in hopes of digging up some kind of a gotcha moment, a gotcha angle to validate illegal immigration and open borders.
No,
and she did, and she found out that I'm full of crap.
No, but by the way, the person who looked into her family history didn't advocate for family or open borders at all. She just completely mischaracterized what the expert did here. She was trying to make a point about how, you're pointing fingers at immigrants who are coming into the country who don't speak English when your ancestors came into the country, didn't speak English, and then proceeded to fail learning English for years after that.
Well, this genealogist winds up doing science. Aha! I rest my case. And the people at Fox News are like, oh, good point, man. Science, terrible, bad. Facts, she found out facts, not good. Glad you're fighting against that.
So one more clip, take a look.
She found that my family who came here in the 1800s from Norway and Germany, that they spoke Norwegian and German.
Okay.
And really what she did is prove that my family came here legally. But what she was hoping to do was try to call me a hypocrite for believing in merit-based immigration. Again, she failed miserably.
But we're not having, look, the genealogist did not have a discussion about whether or not your ancestors came into the country legally.
She never said any of that.
That wasn't the topic. The topic was, this is not what America is about. That's the argument that she made. Bringing in low-skilled people into the country, that's not what America is about. No, but that is what America is about. That's what America was built on.
Yes, and so apparently though, Tomi needs a little safe space. No, but you found out that my ancestors are the same thing that Mexicans are. No, but they're not like the Mexicans. Somebody give me a safe space. My favorite part was, I think it was Ducey, one of the Fox hosts, when she said from Norway and Germany, and he's like, haha. Like, what does that mean? Thank you for proving our point. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.